Hello and beautiful evening once again. Is Digital Skillup Africa Project Management class. You're welcome. Can I confirm you can hear me from wherever you are across the world? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It is that time where we talk project management. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We are here again. My name is Kingsley, and with me on the anchor tonight is Nancy Baba Ali. Once again, you are welcome. So I'm saying good and beautiful evening wherever you are across the globe. Okay, so it is that time where we'll start our session. Just a quick reminder, tonight's section is just going to be for 1 hour so that you can also have some rest as well. Okay. All right. So let's go straight into the class tonight because um, the last class we had, we said, come in with your questions tonight. You have tried the hands-on sessions. I did 2 sessions, 4 hours in between, and you saw what um, so so we're here, okay. So let me get your feel, okay. So questions, whatever the difficulties you've faced so far, or we have learned, um, we'll start by reviewing. Let's look at the hands-on for you. What exactly were your challenges? Was it good? Your experiences using Jira, Asana, any of the tools, okay? So I think that would really help us to to project further. So it's more like a discussion session, okay? Let's just interact with one another because the our sessions are gradually winding down. So by next week, you would have your, on or before next week, okay, you would have your projects, the project which we expect that you should be able to work on, okay, so that we can evaluate what you have learned so far in the class and all that, okay. All right. So how do you set a start and due date in Asana? Okay. So yes, good evening, everyone. You're welcome. So we, like I said, we are gradually winding down, and very soon we'll enter the mentoring phase. Okay. So it's just a night where generally we can just ask ourselves and a few questions. So it's okay. Stella says that the PM tool that looks seamless for her so far is Trello, though she's still exploring it, but it has lots of details to fill in. So there are a whole lot. Like I would like I've said, and my co-facilitator have also corroborated with me on this, that there is no one size fits all or one cap fits all for project management. You as a project manager, based on you have in your mind's eye the kind of project that you anticipate. Okay, so it's just like, how am I going to make it look seamless? Okay, there may be challenges, but applying this methodology or using this tool can help better. So um Steven says he didn't have any issue with Asana and Jira, but had little issues with Trello. Didn't know, maybe it's a version you downloaded. Maybe, I don't know, but are you using the mobile version or the PC version? Did you follow through the process which we applied during the session? So for you to set start and due date in Asana, you actually have to navigate to the task itself. And then you now click on due date on the field, due date. And then you now choose or type in your desired start and due date. So um, I think if you can hear me, you may wish to try it out right now. Okay, so you may wish to try it out, and let me see if you still have difficulties, then we can talk about it. But tonight, we don't want to dwell on one aspect. I just want to take different questions. All you've learned so far, just bring them on board. Let's discuss generally and see how it's been so far. Okay, so Stephen, you may wish to uninstall the version that you have. Go use the URL link, or just go to Google, type in Trello. It takes you to trello.com, and then you look for the version that you need. That's if it's a web version. But if it's a mobile version, you can search for it on your Play Store if you're using an Android, or if you're using an Apple um, or iOS device. Okay, right. So I'm looking for more questions in the chat box. You followed the process, and along the line, after signing in, you're only seeing add cards. Um, Add cards. I really, okay. So, okay. Okay, uninstall it. Just uninstall it. Okay. And then go back to, I'm sure in your downloads folder, you will still have the installation file. Okay. Trello installer.exe. Then you can repeat the process. You may use another Gmail account if you have. Just try it with another method and see if it will return a better result for you. Okay. I tried using Asana, but it was not bringing out do, to do, doing, and done. Then it means there's something you're not doing right. Sincerely, I'm sure maybe 60 to 70% of our colleagues here can attest to the Asana that they have. Okay, like I said, when you are onboarding or registering, what exactly are you using Asana for? Because it's going to ask you, okay, what are you using it for? So you have to fill in all those aspects very, very correctly. Okay, without that, it's not really going to work for you. And that's just it. Okay, so I don't know because I can't create a new Asana right now. It's not really set up for that tonight. Okay, so Dennis is using an Android phone. Play Store wasn't bringing out Asana as displayed in class. So I'm going to get a system by next week after the salad break. I pray for you a very good one. And you're going to get not just a system, but a very good one. Okay. So feel free to always reach out on the LMS. You can take a snapshot the LMS. Okay. So let me just share my screen quickly. Let's address one or two issues. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, so my screen, I think if you can see the Asana screen, I just opened it up right now on my, so once it's shared, I just shared my screen now. So like I said, there may be some no, Osikweme Esther, no, you've not missed much. So I don't know, but I'm sharing my screen. Can I confirm? Can you see Asana on my screen? I don't know, but if you can, um, so due dates, when you open up Asana in your to-do list, once you click on due dates, that's on the task itself. You must click on the task itself to be able to get it right. And that's what I'm doing right now. Okay. So, like, for example, the first to do task here is draft a project brief. And like I said in the last class, that you may have other team members whom, if you are the project manager, you are assigning tasks to other people. Okay, so you're going to have here where apart from Kingsley, you have other people assigned, and then you click on the due date, the task and the due date, and then this is your start. Okay, and it's going to end. So it's just like you click on the first day being second, and you click, that's your start date, and then the end date, which is your due date, on the 7th. So, and that is it. So it's covered. Okay, I hope I've been able to answer that question. That's Stephen or so, but okay. So I'm sure you can see. I'm sure you can see right now. So okay. So Lawal tried using Trello on her mobile and it was seamless, which created the to do, doing, and done by herself. And she thinks that the mobile phone doesn't display the to do, doing, and done automatically like a computer. Like I said, when versions of softwares are being, when they are optimized, okay, that's part of what we're saying, like being a developer or a product designer. Sometimes optimization for mobile screen devices and um, laptop devices or computer devices cannot be the same. They may have similarities, but there will definitely be differences. So I tried mine using a PC, and it would definitely not be the same, exactly the same as there may be just additional features that you may see while using a laptop, okay, or a desktop, which whatever you decide to use. Okay, so those may be the differences that we can encounter. How would you use these tools differently for creative projects versus technical projects, especially for tech companies? Like, which tool is nice based on the complexity? Okay, so it all depends on okay. So so sometimes these tools handle creative projects differently. Like Trello makes use of visual boards where you can actually drag them and you can attach sticky notes to it. So it's just like I can recall in my office, I do have a board, okay, where I put in like a calendar like structure for tasks that I do daily. So within the week, once I step into the office, I already know what I want to do for the entire week. So sometimes, if there are additional tasks, I just take a sticky note and drop on the board. So, but for Asana works more like a complete project system where you have to plan and track more complex activities, like where you have to really have to do some assigning, checking up on due dates, like using kind of a timeline. Okay, so I would always say that different tools, depending on which you've come to understand, that you think that can work for you. Okay, so even a tech organization like I know lots of non-profits do use use Asana a lot. Okay, tech companies like I know I also work in a tech company. We had a software, okay, which was actually designed specifically for the organization. Okay, so it wasn't like, yes, this must be it. So sometimes there are tailor specific softwares which are designed for particular organizations. But we've also used MS projects a lot, which we use to prepare our there's what we call work plan. Okay, so we use Gantt charts and smart sheets to prepare more of the work plan, where looking at, so that work plan has the task, the whom you've assigned the project to, then the days, how many days it's going to work, like you're working 14 days. Okay, and then you now draw up week 1, week 2, more or less like a Gantt chart. So it depends on the understanding of who is using what, and what exactly you are um using it for. Okay, Adelani, you are also welcome. For the first time you're joining in. Okay, so this doesn't work on phone. Does it mean it doesn't work on phone? No. Like I said earlier, compatibility from the those who designed the app designed it. They did not design. Definitely, you cannot have design for web and design for mobile the same, exactly the same. They can never be the same. Okay, so most times, just like maybe because of my experience in tech and web development, you can discover that sometimes you have to optimize from a web version to a mobile. So, and it takes quite some time to optimize those processes to look similar to. They will definitely not be the same. So it doesn't mean that they are all just the same. Okay, So either for creativity or technical projects, it all depends. Sometimes the organization may have their own specific um, softwares, or using like monday.com, or you're using Jira. Jira is also very good. Okay. Um, okay. So it's all encompassing. So in the healthcare sector, there are um, these tools can actually work. Okay, we have Notion. There is Notion too. Notion is more like for taking notes and sharing, knowledge sharing. Okay, Rike is also there. It's mostly for scheduling, reporting, and yes, healthcare. I think I've seen Rike being used once or a while like that. And we have maybe when I can recall, once I recall the name, I would um, share. So monday.com also works. Okay, so it all depends. Like ClickUp, I know we have people who have used ClickUp here. So if you have used ClickUp, you working in the health sector, please can you share what tools do you use, so that others can learn too, can also get um I hope. Yeah, I just discovered. Okay, all right. Okay, so I don't know, but where it's coming in from, but so I don't know where it's coming in from, but okay, all right. I think yeah, the echo maybe would have been due to maybe network issues. Sometimes it's just so. Like I would say here that don't make the use of project tools more difficult or complex for you. Try to use something that you can easily understand. But if an organization or the organization you work with provides a room for you to use a specific app tool, then go and learn it. Stick your head in, try to learn more, and um, know what exactly it's going on. Okay. Okay, so let's see if there are more questions. Instead of my Trello dashboard to display to do, doing, and done, it shows Trello starter guide today, this week. I don't know where that is coming from, but I don't think I have that in mind either. Except maybe just tweak around and be sure that you did not click up something else. Okay, okay, all right, okay. So yes, like I said, there is Gantt project. There is project plan. They are all performing similar things. So it's just a name. Okay. So yes, you can use any of the apps to create a portfolio. I think yesterday, okay, this is like my screen is still showing. This is a portfolio. I'm on the portfolio here where you can see exactly portfolio where you click. Okay, when you click on portfolio, I um, can actually start from, because there is none yet. So like in Trello as well, we you can see. So I already have one a task. So what's a portfolio? A portfolio is just more like this is my first project. If I have more than one, I'm creating more. So I'll be viewing them all as my portfolio. Okay. So there are organizations where you have more than one project. As a project manager, you are handling more than one project at the same time. So it helps you. Okay. I hope Ifoma you can understand that now, right? No, Microsoft Planner is not the same with Project 365 plan. Okay. So I'm just looking at so um, Planner is more like a simpler version where you try to make task management. Um, let's say um, how would I explain? Okay, Planner is actually included in Microsoft 365 because, like, if in our organization we have a complete package, okay, where you use Microsoft Word, Excel, and other tools alongside it, Access and all that, okay, so including OneDrive and a few other things. So Planner is part of it, okay, but Project 365 is just quite is a little bit different, okay, so they're not actually the same thing, okay. So so this Microsoft Planner actually comes with your subscription, okay. So it's just like it's an embedded aspect in the subscription, okay. So it helps you just like a guide, it helps you like a calendar, you plan things, and so they're not the same, okay. So um Planner is just like where you have, okay, like in Trello, where we said, I think there was yesterday, 2 days ago, I clicked something that had to do with planner or something like that as well, where it didn't give me room to use that feature because it's not a paid version or a premium version of it. So okay, let's take more questions, okay. So it shows premium. Check it's on a 2-week trial. So yes, I'm not I think someone asked a question about Asana using checking due dates and how to use due dates. So I just had to explain how to schedule due dates on to do and all that. That was why I shared my screen actually. So maybe I'll stop sharing that screen so it doesn't give it doesn't look as if we are doing it's Asana that we are doing, just Asana, okay? All right. So okay. All right. So okay, Esther. Yes, for the health, no, you said that it's not just for the health sector. Tools that we can use generally. If you look at the I think I listed I did mention something like that. Yeah. Okay, so these are some of the tools you can use. These are global best practice tools, okay, but they are not today. There's no material, okay. We are just doing like more or less like question and answer recap, okay, challenges, questions, okay. So I think that's okay. So that's where we are, okay. So it's we have a whole lot. There are more than 20. So it all depends. How do you delete a field name? Where? In which software? In which project tool? Yes, you can download Asana on your phone. You can download Trello on your phone, but the features may not give you completely what exactly you desire. Just like as some of some I've mentioned here. Please, are some project tools peculiar to certain professions or industry? No, there's none that is peculiar to any industry except the ones that, like someone in construction did mention on Tuesday that builder trend. So if builder trend is what they use or it's in vogue in most construction firms because of what certain features that it provides, usability, um, um, in how it interacts with the user and all that, then it may be adopted. But so far, I know there's no, some organizations just adopt based on their experiences, okay, or recommendations or reviews that they have seen from different organizations and how it is being used, so they implement as well. Okay, so Oluwole, yes, what's your question? There are a whole lot of chats that are coming in, so I may not see all of them at the same time. Good that you're drawing my attention back to it. Okay, so that Jaira is asking for a particular URL. What URL, please, and what login details? In Jira, when you register, the first thing is it will take you through a process. It will ask you different questions and why you want to use Jira. It will ask you for an Atlassian account, that you need to create an Atlassian account, which you have to create. Okay. After that, then you now move gradually. Okay. How do you delete a field name? Right click. Once you right click on the task, it should definitely give you options to delete. Okay, like if you mistakenly added a tag field and you want to delete it, simply right click, okay, and then you delete. Okay, I'm sure it will work. I think you should shed more lights to the likes of EV, PV, AV. End value, planned value, average, actual costs, not AV, AC. Okay. um I recall. Okay, like end value. Okay, I'll say a little about it. Okay, so if you look at end value, where we're talking about performance, looking at econometrics or the cost metrics in project management, what end value management helps us to do is to track the progress and performance of your project, where it compares the cost which you have budgeted against the cost, the actual cost, and the value of the work that has actually been done. That is just the essence of PV, AV, AC, and EV. Okay, so see end value as end value management as something that tries to help you track the progress and performance of your project by actually comparing the cost that you budgeted and the actual amount that you spent and what value of the work that was completed, what it gives to you. So that is what it is. So planned value actually looks at the budgeted cost for a work which you scheduled to complete at a specific time. Okay, like let's take for example, you are traveling, you are building there's a construction work going from Lagos, like the Calabar highway, whatever, from Lagos going down to Calabar, and you budgeted that 20 kilometers away from Lagos, you are going to add 3 speed lanes. That is you've budgeted that you are going to add these 3 speed lanes at a cost of 200 million naira, for example. That's a planned value. Okay. Now, the actual cost here is that total cost you are incurring for the work you have performed on the project up to that specific point where you are what? Taking reflection on it. So it reflects the actual amount you have spent on the entire project from project inception till date. That's actual cost. It has no bearing with planned value in any way. We are just explaining it as key concepts in the econometrics of project management. So, but we are trying to relate them such that they can understand one another. End value is now that budgeted cost. We said 3 speed lanes, okay, 20 kilometers into the project from Lagos. You have physically accomplished it. So the end value there is the value of that work which you have completed relative to the budget of your entire project. So it is we actually called it budgeted cost of work performed. I hope that you can understand this. Okay. You can always reach me via the LMS. Okay, Prince. Okay, you can always reach me via the LMS if there's any questions you have, any question or any. I can always provide clarity. Okay, you Esther, you are free. You are at liberty to download any or all of the tools if you so wish. Okay, so you are free. Okay. Yes. Okay. You can choose a niche and you can decide to be a general project manager that can work on any projects. Yes, we have today, like myself, I'm a project consultant. A lot of people delve into consulting as okay. Sometimes you can be vast in tech, you can be vast in event management and planning, you can also be in procurement. So it doesn't stop you from being in any particular niche. So that makes you more like you're an all-rounder, yes, because of the experience that you have over the years. Okay. Okay, I'm happy for you. Stephen has finally gotten there with Trello. So okay, so that's fine. Google Sheets you can use for your project management, but hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Okay. All right. Please refresh your screen, your page so that you can hear me very well. Okay. Then Google Sheets lacks some features. So sometimes you may not get, I won't say would using that word lack, it may not be fair to it, but it doesn't give you all the features that you need to work with. So that's just the truth. Okay. So on the LMS, you can send a message. Yes, I've seen some of the screenshots from the participants here. So for all who have actually attempted and sent in their responses via LMS, I think I've also responded, and I'm really happy that we have been able to um, implement what we have learned hands-on. Okay, so which is very good. There's another question here tonight. The key differences or difference between agile and hybrid. Um, Agile is iterative, that's from one is approach to the other, but maintains a flexible approach where you can go forward, you can go backward. Okay. But hybrid combines both. You know, hybrid brings in element of waterfall, linear methodologies, okay, and traditional methodology where, in waterfall, just the entire process is already planned out, okay, but you can't go backward. It's just like where you are working in a manufacturing company where you're manufacturing biscuits or syrup or yes, syrup, okay, and like antibiotics, okay. So it picks up, the process is pick up the bottle, prepare the cork, pour in the contents, close the cork, and what you send it for batching, okay, before packaging and all that. You can't alter the process. Even if the syrup is bad or something happens, you can't alter the process. But in Agile, you can always, even at the last minute, you can do something. You can include, okay, or remove or suggest or something like that, okay. So Agile, we break it down into smaller cycles, and then you deliver your work gradually, gradually, okay. So giving it opportunity for change, or you can adapt new things in the project life cycle. So Agile is definitely, it's more, for me, it's more like a mindset thing, okay. So where you can use concepts like Scrum, Kanban, Lean methodology, XP, and others to actually implement it. Okay. So but for hybrid is just like where you are working. We have people who work remotely and on site. Okay. So when you say do you work hybrid, it means that you work both on site and remotely. So that is just what it is. So it's actually customized to meet specific needs of a project, leveraging on the strengths of both the agile methodology and the traditional methodologies. So that is what exactly to answer your question. Okay. So, okay, for those whose LMSs are not working, the community management manager would attend to that. Okay. So, okay, Awoni says that the company uses Google Sheets and want to know if it's part of a project management. Yes, depending on what you're using it for data entry or for task management, what exactly are you using it for? So it all depends. Okay, and there are, I hope maybe the device you are using, is it a Chromebook? If it's a Chromebook, more or less, yes, you may be more accustomed to be using a Google Sheet. Ayodele, yeah, there is none. I cannot say anyone is the best. I have to be sincere with you, okay? So please try to take your attendance now. Please just try to do it quietly, okay? Um, yeah, we talked about Scrum and Kanban. Scrum makes use of more of sprints, okay, where I think I give an example. Can I recall that example clearly? There was a diagram, but okay. Um, Okay, Awoni, I think yes, I understand. Yes, so because it's a Chromebook, it's mostly configured that way. So some organizations restrict use of certain tools, okay, in their organizations, which is natural. So you can't blame them. Okay. So yes, hybrid. That's what I said. Okay, yes, that's what I said. And I give an example of on-site worker and a remote worker. An on-site and remote worker is more like a hybrid person. Okay. So because it combines both, he's here and he's there. Okay. So um hello, can confirm that you can hear me. I can hear you. Just refresh your page. Okay. So Scrum is more like using of, like, you set a 2 week structure for yourself to meet your targets. Okay. And Kanban more uses more of like board visual and progress through these various stages of workflow. Okay. So it's just like that. Okay. So Scrum, you have like, I think I gave an example where you have the owner of the project, the Scrum master, those is just like a project manager or a team lead. Then you have the team. Okay. Reviewing, they take it back to the product owner and say, sir, this is what we have done. Take a look at it. Are you okay with it? So they've completed a sprint and usually they want to go back. So after the sprint, they take reviews. So based on the review, they go back again to work. Okay. They discuss how they are going to now implement the next stage of work. All right. And reflect. Okay. So you can always go on Google or anywhere else, just search differences between the two. You definitely see more with examples. If you want to start a career, okay, let me see. Okay, so always convert to PDF. Okay, so PDF is always good. All right, so most organizations prefer use PDF when you want to send files. Okay, yes, please always try to convert to PDF. Okay, all right, so that's that. Okay, so going forward, this is just to really appreciate every one of us for efforts we've put in so far to be here. Okay. Okay, so after now, you'll be going forward, you'll see the projects. Everybody's going to work on a project. Okay, and I expect that you turn it in. A time frame will be given. Okay, yes, there will be an assignment, and that assignment is, you will have your quizzes to take, and you also have your task. Okay, which is a project you are going to take up and walk through that project from initiation to the end. Okay, and give us your best individually. Yes, individually. Yes. Okay, and you turn it in via the LMS. Okay. Okay, so I'm rooting out for everyone. Give in your best, and let's see how we are going to evaluate you. um Yes, there's no slide for now, please. Okay, there are no slides. Okay, except you want to see slides. Okay, all right. So um I hope we have taken our attendance, and the class will be ending in the next few minutes. Okay, so please Just prepare for your quizzes and be the best that you can be. I just want you to know that um, within you lies a management ability. Okay, it is the extent to which you can go that determines how far you can get to. Okay, from the mind you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. Never give up on anything, and try as much as you can. We're always here. We're going to mentor you, work with you, and see how best you can be. Some of us are already um, doing so well. Keep it up. Don't stop. Be encouraged. Don't be discouraged, even if you don't get it um, at the first instance. Okay. There's no legal binding on the use of the tools. Some of them are just premium. You pay for them to use them. Okay. And that is it. So you don't really have to do so much. Okay. And yeah. So yeah, that is it. That is it. So with this, we come to the end of tonight's class. I hope I was able to answer some of our questions. If you still have questions, we will still be here on Monday. We'll still have another session from Monday. Okay. And let's prepare ourselves very well. All right. If you still have questions and you have access to your LMS, please send a message. I'm definitely going to respond. Okay. So, wishing every one of us a wonderful weekend ahead and hopefully to see you again on Monday. Thank you so much and have a restful night.